Hello everyone, it's your girl again, Boss Baby Talk. As you already know, how you guys doing today? Thank you so much guys for always coming back to watch my video. I love and appreciate everyone. If I'm coming your way for the first time, remember to like, comment and hit the notification bell always so that you will not miss any of my upload. We're still in Ghana and I'm with
Laaye, the tour guide.
Yeah, the tour guide.
Yeah.
You know, he's been so helpful. He's a very nice man. So be sure to check him out.
I'm trying my best. So same name on IG, same name on Facebook. Laaye, the tour guide.
Laaye, the tour guide. He's been so helpful. Please, guys, check him out. So he's gonna be telling us about how Ghana was colonized.
Yes, how Ghana was colonized by the British, and then how far we've changed things since we got independence and 6 March 1957. And you are welcome to Ghana. Ghana was formerly known as the Gold Coast. It was a name the British gave us when they colonized us at that time. They said that they found gold everywhere, and then they named the place Gold Coast. It was not only Gold Coast that they colonized, there were a few. Nigeria was there, Sierra Leone and other places that they also colonized. Basically West Africa, and then a little bit of East Africa there.
Okay.
So before I continue, just look on your right side. This is our seat of government, and it is unique and symbolic because this was the exact place that Ghana's first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, lived and worked from.
Wow.
Nkrumah did not have anything of his own to say that this is the house of Nkrumah. He lived at the Flagstaff House.
Wow.
That was where the British built certain houses there. He said that he didn't want to use the castle as the seat of government because he feels it's a dungeon. He feels it's a dungeon. And that's why he didn't use it. So he stayed at the Flagstaff House, worked for the Flagstaff House since 1957 when we gained independence from the British. He was one of the leaders of the Big Six, you know, which you can talk about them when we go to Kwame Nkrumah. And then in 2000, His Excellency John Ejekum Kufuor also finally deemed that we should build something befitting for our country. So he got funds from the Indian government and then built the Jubilee, now called the Jubilee House, but formerly Flagstaff House. So this is where the president is supposed to live and work from. But he works from here, he lives from his own apartment somewhere in Nima. So that is the Flagstaff House, or we call it the Black House, as they would say the White House in the US. We call it the Black House.
Okay.
Yes, so that's our seat of government.
So this is like the same,
like
you know, White House
in the US. This is exactly the same here because he has the residence and everything, and the foreign affairs have their offices and other things in there. Yes, so that was the Jubilee House or the Flagstaff House for you, and I'll continue with the intro. So when we gained independence, 6th March 1957, we decided to change a few things. One of the first things that we changed was to change the name from Gold Coast to Ghana. And I know most of you will be wondering.
It's formerly Gold Coast.
Yes, formerly Gold Coast, and we changed from Gold Coast to Ghana. And I know you'll be wondering why Ghana.
Exactly.
Yes, because at that time in the West African sub-regions, we have empires and kingdoms that were living. The Songhai Empire, the Malian Empire, the Ghana Empire, and so on.
Wow.
And the Ghana Empire stood the test of time through decades. It was one of the strongest empires at that time. And then at that time that we gained independence, in the south of the Sub-Saharan Africa, we were the first to gain independence. So Kwame Nkrumah find it deemed that, okay, let's use the name Ghana because it is like African name. It is a name for us. And if you look at their exploits too, they've done a lot so that we will also sail through like it is.
And does that have a meaning to it? Like Ghana? Like what's the meaning?
It is because like the strongest, you know, empire at that time. So he feels that Ghana will be strong like that empire, and that's why he used the name Ghana. That was the first thing we changed. Before I continue, to my left is also the 37 military hospital. This brings us to healthcare in Ghana here. It is named the 37 military hospital for a purpose. When the British were in Sub-Saharan Africa, they built healthcare facilities. This was the 37th hospital they built in Gold Coast.
Wow.
Along the African coast, this was the 37th one they built, and then this was what was taking care of their soldiers. Okay. So they could fly anywhere in Sierra Leone, in Nigeria, and everywhere and come to Gold Coast. It's a military hospital. Okay. And it will interest you to know that the military still have the upper hand there. They still are the administration there, but then they give also civilians to come and then also access healthcare in there. So when it comes to healthcare, I know you'll be wondering how was our healthcare system and all that. But back in the days, we have what we call the cash and carry system. Okay. If you don't have money, there's no way you'll be treated. You have to put a down payment down before you will. You know, at that time.
And I want to come in now. What about the tax or the VATs that they're collecting? Because like everywhere we're buying things now, even the hotel, I can see they're charging taxes.
Exactly. So
I'm not living here.
I will come to that too. Okay. So when they introduced the National Health Insurance Scheme by John Ejekum Kufuor, His Excellency, then things change a bit. The child at birth death reduced drastically because now pregnant women and old age people and children are being able to access healthcare without paying money.
Oh, that's good.
So that really helped us at a certain point.
Oh, okay.
You know, so
it's being used for all that.
It's been used for all that. So now the taxes that you pay and all that goes into these things. So you will see the VAT, the value added tax, the NHIS tax, the tourism levy tax and all that. Exactly. It all comes into that. So it helps in, you know, developing some of these healthcare and other things like that. So that is the healthcare system and the 37th hospital there. The second thing we changed when we gained independence was to change the flag from the United Kingdom flag to the red, gold, green, with the black star in the middle. And it was symbolic. With the black star in the middle is symbolic because it's one of the things that Nkrumah borrowed from his best friend Marcus Garvey at that time, which stood for black people. You know, the shining star, the black star stands for black people. And that was what Nkrumah picked up and then added it to it. So the meaning of our flag, the red stands for the blood that our forefathers shared for the independence of our country. Okay. Yes, and then the gold stands for the minerals we have in our country. Okay. Then the green stands for the vegetation or the forest department of our country. Okay. And then you have the black star in the middle, the hope of Africa. So that is the meaning of our flag.
We need to go there.
The third thing we changed, you know, from gaining independence was to change the national anthem. Stop singing God Bless the Queen to God Bless our homeland Ghana. And we'll get to know more about it when we are coming to the end of our tour today. So these are the few things we change along the line, you know. Then also we come to languages we have in Ghana here. Of course, English is our #1 language because it fostered trading, official language for us. But then we have over 40 languages that we also speak. You know, you can talk of the Lobi, the Sisala, the Mamproli, the Dagomba, the Akan, the Akan language.
Oh, is it Akan?
Yes, Akan language. So I come to that. The Ga language, the Hausa, the Ewe from the Volta region area. You know, these are languages that we have, but 9 of them are studied across the country. Predominantly, the language that you can hear everywhere is the Akan language. And I know Fanti is part of the Akan language, Twi is part of the Akan language, Ekwiapim is part of the Akan language, Mampong is part of the Akan language. The Guans are part of the Akan language, and that is why people would say that we should have used that as our number one language. But what a lot of people did not know is that every group, ethnic group or tribe that we have in Ghana here believe in their language, and they see the speciality of their language. And that is why we don't want to create chaos. A couple of years back, there was debate that we should use the Akan language as our number one language, because when you go to Germany, they speak Dutch. Okay. When you go to Holland, they speak Dutch. Exactly. You know, when you go to Portuguese, they speak Portugal. Yeah. The French speak French, you know. And in Canada too. And they have the French speaking and then the English speaking. Yeah. And that is the same as Cameroon. They have the French speaking and then they have the English speaking. Because my kids, they speak English and French. Exactly. Yeah. So we didn't want that to bring, you know, tribalism and then division of our country. We love the peace that we enjoy, and then we want to keep it. So we still keep English as our number one language. You know, we have 16 regions now. It used to be 10 regions, but the current government has discovered or added more regions to it. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency. He has added 6 more regions to it, so now we have 16 regions. So from the north, we have the Upper East and the Upper West, where we share a border with Burkina Faso. Then we have the Northeast there. We have the Oti region. We have the Volta region, where we share a border with Republic of Togo. Then we have the Savannah region, we have the northern region, we have the Ahafo region, we have the Bono region, we have the Ashanti region, which I love them so much. I always say that when it comes to culture in Ghana here, they are number one. Then we have the western region, we have the western north, where we share a border with La Côte d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast. Okay. Then we have the eastern region, we have the central region, which is actually not the center of Ghana, but is the center of the coastal communities. Then we have the Greater Accra, where we are, which is the capital of the country, second most populated region in Ghana here. So Ghana is currently estimated to be a little over 31 million. We have 6 million in Accra. And then we have over 7 million in Kumasi. Yes, so that is how our figures are now. So when it comes to the situation in Ghana in terms of mapping boundaries that we share, that's it. So in the north, we share a border with Burkina Faso, and then in the Volta area, we share a border with Republic of Togo. In the western, we share a border with La Côte d'Ivoire, and then in the southern with the Atlantic Ocean. You know, so this is our natural jurisdiction. Then you can talk about our democracy. We are a democratic country, and then we are governed by the democracy. So you have the term that we go and vote with. Every president had 2 terms, 4-year as tenure, so 8 years for your 2 terms. Oh. And the current government, yes. 8 years? Since we moved from the military, governance to the constitutional governance, every president who has come from Jerry John Rawlings, the late, His Excellency, may he so rest in peace, have come for 4 terms, 8 years, then followed by the John Evans Atta Mills, who did not complete his tenure in office, but he passed out on the seat when it was left with 5 months to go. So his vice, John Dramani Mahama, took over and then also ran to finish the term of John Evans Atta Mills. Then he also stood for election, and then he also did 1 term and he lost the seat to Nana Addo Dankwa. And then we took it from there also. He is in the 2nd term. After this, we are looking at who will come up for the 2nd term. You cannot go more than 8? No, you cannot go more than 8. When you go more than 8, that is what will happen to you, like Guinea. That's President Colonial, he wants to go for the 3rd term. And now there's a coup d'etat that have thrown him, that have arrested him. And then, so that's what we have here as our political system. But then one of the things that is also springing up in economic activity in Ghana here is the real estate business. So you can see the apartments springing up on the left side. This is the airport residential area. So some of them have offices in them, some of them are fully aparted, and now the Airbnb things are now springing up in Ghana here. So a lot of it are coming.
And it takes a business.
It's a huge business, you know. So now the hoteliers are shouting and crying a bit because it would definitely take off their businesses down, you know. So that's a business that is coming up a lot here in Ghana, the real estate business. We are approaching a very important landmark ahead of us called the Tetekwashi Interchange.
Tetekwashi
Interchange. It used to be a circle, which was the biggest circle in West Africa. It lost that credibility when we change it into an interchange because there are huge ones that have been built apart from this one, you know, in Africa here. So, but the name Tetekwashi rings a bell, and you can talk of cocoa or cacao in Ghana here. Tetekwashi was the one who introduced cocoa in Ghana here. So this whole area is called the Tetekwashi Interchange. We have the Accra Mall on your right side, you know. And Tetekwashi was a Ghanaian. He was a Gold Coaster, if I should say that, somebody from Greater Accra who was a blacksmith. And he loves his job so much that when the Europeans were here and they were moving to Fernando Po, now Equatorial Guinea, they decided to take Tetekwashi along. And when Tetekwashi got there, as he was doing his job, he realized that these people were so much into this particular crop. So the cocoa crop, so he studied them, how they plant it, how they harvest it, and how it goes through all that.
And that's selling so fast here?
Yeah, so Tetekwashi, after his tenure or his work in Fernando Po, he was returning home. He decided to smuggle some of the beans to Ghana. There are two schools of thought about it. Others are saying that, you know, he swallowed the beans and then he brought it back here. But at that time, in the 60s, you know, we were kind of traveling with ships. And it takes you months to get to your destination. And the kind of food we eat, this seed will germinate in you and then it will kill you.
I know.
So that was false. What happened was that he works with tools. He works with tools. And you know, when you are entering into the ship, they will definitely search you and all that. So what Tetekwashi did was that he lifted all his tools up in the box, spread the beans beneath it, and then cover it with the tools.
That was so wise.
So when he went through the immigration and everything, he's a blacksmith, he took metals, let him go in there. So when he got to Ghana, or Gold Coast at that time, he decided that he was going to start a farm in Accra here. But Accra lands are not good, fertile for some of these things, these crops. So he realized that it was not germinating the way he wanted to. So he moved to the eastern corridors, somewhere called Mampong in the eastern region. Mampong, yeah, it's up on the hills, the Ebury Gardens area. And then he started the farm there. The farm grew well. He harvested and started teaching the farmers in the Gold Coast at that time. And then cocoa rose to become Ghana's first exchange medium, apart from gold. You know, so his name became a household name. So anywhere you go and you mention Tetekwashi, they will refer to you cocoa or chocolate, you know. So Tetekwashi, yes, right? Chocolate.
Yeah, because we can always make cocoa.
Exactly. So
use cocoa to make chocolate.
So they decided that let's honor this man. They named him after the circle here. And then they have a hospital also in the mountains area where it's called the Tetekwashi Memorial Hospital. And it will interest you to know that his farm.
Named that after him?
Yes, they named that after him. Yeah, they named it after him because of his exploits. And the interesting thing is that two of the plants or the cocoa trees that he planted is still there and still producing fruits. So it has become a tourist attraction that people go there to see the Tetekwashi farm and then also hear the history about tetekwashi. And then also, Ghana's cocoa is the premium, the best quality cocoa in the world.
Wow.
Yes, it has to do with the process in which it goes through. So when you go to the farm, they will teach you the process in which they ferment the beans and then also dry the beans. We dry our beans with the sunlight. Other places, they dry their beans with the ovens. And they are saying that the ovens take some part of the nutrients from it. And that is why Ghana's cocoa has become the #1 cocoa beans in the world. So when it comes to cocoa, you mentioned tetekwashi. This is a name and why he is so known in the circles of Ghana for cocoa. Another landmark on our left, it's the Legon University, the premium university. Government owns a couple of universities in Ghana here, but then there are also other private-owned universities like the missionary universities and other things. But this is the first because it was originally college. The British wanted to, at that time, build a West African university. They wanted to build it in Nigeria. But then the Ghanaian says, no, we want to have our own university here. So they brought it here, and then it was a college. And then later on, it became a full-fledged university. Yes, in the 1940s. Yes, so there's a premium university we have here. And then the second one was built by Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in the Ashanti region, called the KNUST, University of Science and Technology. No, the Ashanti region is the Middle Belt. Yeah, they have, that's where the cocoa, the gold is. Yeah, gold is in the Ashanti region. And then we have the one at Tamale in the northern region, the UDS, University of Development Studies. There. Then we have 1, 2 in Mines, the University of Mines in Takwa. Then you have the University of Cape Coast in the central region there. A lot of students go through here. And but then Legon is actually a corrupted word. It's a phrase from the Ga people. Nile gono. Nile gono. The knowledge of hills, or the hill of knowledge, which time immemorial they corrupted it to Legon, Legon, or they couldn't mention or they couldn't say the phrase, and then it changed to Legon today. That we have come to use it, and we are still using it as our language. Yes, kind of a slang that we have it. So we have the Legon here, or nearly gone, because at that time the residents on the right side, which is the East Legon area, was like in the valley, and this one was like on the hill. So everybody coming from down there would say, I'm going to the knowledge hill. Me and Legon. People come to sit there because it's quiet, to study, to read their books and other things. So they find it deemed that when the school was coming up or the college was coming up, let's put it here. And that's what they did. So all these area is part of the university. Wow. All these area as we go is part of the university.
That's so cool. Yeah. That's cool. So thank you guys. Okay, I'll see you on my next one. Love you. Goodbye.